You are at a social event, and an acquaintance leans in with a smile, asking a deeply personal question about your finances or your relationship. The tone is casual, but you feel completely cornered. They are running what psychologists call a sneaky interrogation. Under the guise of curiosity, they are gathering ammunition, mining for secrets or insecurities they can store away to use against you later or to spread as gossip. This flowchart maps how the trap operates. If you respond to the intrusive question by getting defensive, you follow the first path and lose immediately, handing them weaponized information. If you react with visible anger, you also lose. The manipulator simply plays the victim. To break this trap without creating drama, use a tactic called the boundary spotlight. It neutralizes the attack without triggering either of these failure states. Before you can use it, you have to do the mental prep work. You must define exactly what parts of your private life are off limits ahead of time, and you have to be willing to endure a brief moment of intense social tension. Effective conversational defense relies entirely on removing their leverage. You systematically strip away their social power without ever launching an attack of your own. These interrogations rarely happen in formal settings. They hit you during a coffee break, at a family dinner, or in a casual chat, dropping an intrusive question directly into the middle of normal conversation. Step 1. When the trap is sprung, your immediate physical response is to stop talking entirely. Offer absolutely zero verbal response and zero justification. Sudden silence creates a massive social vacuum. The interrogator naturally expects you to rush in and fill that void with words to relieve the awkwardness. This timeline illustrates your countermove. You insert a tactical pause. You lock eyes with the interrogator, hold a completely unbothered expression, and let a heavy silence tick down for exactly 3 seconds. You must maintain strict physical discipline during these 3 seconds. Rapid blinking, staring at the floor, or nervously shifting your weight will leak anxiety and ruin the technique. By calmly owning that specific window of silence, you instantly transfer the social discomfort away from yourself and place it entirely onto their shoulders. This graphic displays your primary script. Once the 3 seconds pass, you deliver this exact phrase: "I appreciate your interest, but I am not discussing my private life." It politely acknowledges their presence while completely shutting down access. Your tone must be entirely flat and factual. Remove any trace of emotional charge, hesitation, or apology from your voice. Immediately after speaking, you enter the hold. Remain completely silent and maintain unbroken eye contact. Resist the overwhelming instinct to soften the tension you just created. Do not add a nervous laugh, and never append a phrase like, "Is that okay?" Delivering a firm boundary without any accompanying justification gives the interrogator absolutely nothing to latch onto. You have starved them of the material they need to argue or pry further. Some highly persistent manipulators will test your resolve. They might feign offense, push back, or demand to know why you won't answer. This text displays your escalation script. If they ignore your primary boundary, you deploy this exact question. Why is it so important for you to know that specific detail? This single question executes a complete psychological pivot. Instead of you explaining your silence, the interrogator is now forced to publicly justify their suspicious, probing behavior to everyone listening. Because sneaky interrogations rely on cowardice and cover, the manipulator will usually backtrack, mumble an excuse, or awkwardly change the subject. This takes the heat entirely off your secrets and shines a glaring, uncomfortable light directly onto the manipulator's hidden motives. That is how the boundary spotlight works. When you hold your ground with a calm, stoic posture, the aggressive interrogator realizes they have lost the upper hand and retreats. Successfully forcing this retreat establishes a clear precedent. It signals that prying into your life is a high-friction, low-reward activity, which raises the social cost for anyone attempting to bypass your boundaries in the future. Treat your private information as an asset that requires active defense. When you refuse to justify your boundaries, you demonstrate that access to your personal life is a privilege you control, not a right others can claim. Your homework is to practice these 2 specific scripts in front of a mirror. Rehearse the 3-second pause, the flat tone, and the phrasing until the physical delivery becomes automatic. Controlling the pace and pressure of a conversation allows you to maintain your privacy in any environment. By shifting the spotlight, you ensure that your personal information remains exactly where it belongs.